What's up again? It's Khalil. And I just wanted to say this morning that you're doing your best. Give yourself some damn credit. You're working hard, you're doing what you gotta do every day. And in the end, all that work you're putting in is gonna turn into good things for you. But enough of that. Time to watch some videos, baby. Today we're gonna be reacting to ridiculous things you didn't believe until you looked it up yourself. Let's just jump into it.
Stitch this with a fact so ridiculous you didn't believe it until you looked it up yourself. I'll go first.
So apparently when companies like, let's just say Walmart, for example, at the end of your purchase, they'll say, hey, do you want to round up your total to donate to Cancer Association of America?
Yep.
And we'll go, yeah, sure, that's fine, right? So what's really going on? Okay, let me break it down to you. Walmart already donated a specific amount of money to the Cancer Association, right?
Oh.
And they got a tax write-off for it, right? Okay, cool. Now they're saying, I want my money back. So they gonna have me and you donate $1 here and there, $5 here and there, but our money is not going to said charity. Our money is going back into Walmart's pocket for the money that they already gave to the charity and got a tax write-off for.
I knew something was up. I knew it. PetSmart, you have taken my kindness for weakness.
And they are hoping and praying that we donate so much money that they end up making money. So they gave away $500 and they just made $10,000.
Wow. It's like everything we do here is a scam. Greedy, greedy, greedy. Greed. Next time I see one of those things, say, do you want to donate to the Kids Foundation? F them kids. Them kids.
There's a tribe in the Dominican Republic where less than 1% of the children who are born are referred to as guavadoches, which translates into gross penis at 12. Basically, what happens is these children are born with female genitalia, and then around puberty, they will grow a penis and testes. And the reason why is because when the mother is pregnant, she'll miss the hormonal surge that will determine the sex of the baby. So, we're all have female genitalia in the womb. So these children are born with female genitalia. And then when they are around the age of puberty or, 12-ish, they get the hormonal surge that the mother missed in the womb and will grow a penis and testicles.
That is crazy. Imagine thinking you a woman and then you hit puberty and all of a sudden you see a slinky come out your waist. Oh man, that must be awkward. You think Samantha is your best friend and then when she hits puberty, Samantha becomes Salmon trying to smash.
If a hermit crab comes along a big shell, it'll explore it to see if it'll fit. But if the shell is too big, it'll wait by the shell for up to 8 hours and wait as other hermit crabs come along to try it out. As they too realize that it's too big for them, they all queue up next to the shell and then form a line from biggest crab to smallest crab. And then they all wait for the crab that is the perfect fit for the big shell. And then they all exchange shells in sequences so that everyone gets a new home.
That is so cute. Imagine being the littlest hermit crab. Damn, my ass not that big. God damn, I need a BBL. Imagine being a hermit crab with too big of a butt. God damn it, I need a butt reduction.
Stitch this with a fact so ridiculous you didn't believe it until you looked it up yourself.
You can change the shape of your face just by changing the way you breathe and swallow. And the craziest thing is, the healthier your habit is of breathing and swallowing, the more attractive your face looks. Okay, here's me a year ago. I was snoring a lot, breathing incorrectly and swallowing incorrectly. Notice this part of my face, this area right here. Okay, this is me a year later. Now the changes are different, but we rate attractiveness in these really small changes. Also, I'm breathing a lot better and sleeping a lot better. Unfortunately, I found this out very late in life when I was 30, so my changes are very slow. But the younger you are, the faster you'll see changes, and the worse your posture, the more dramatic your changes. So this is how to test your posture. It's called a suck swallow test. It's not as sexy as it sounds. Stop this right now. Take a video of you swallowing while smiling, okay? Take a drink, smile, swallow, and then come back to this video and see if you do this. Any lip movement is a suck swallow. Stop it. It's bad posture.
All right, let's try that. We're about to figure this out if I have good posture or not. I drooled, but that's crazy. I'm not even trying to force it. I just don't do it.
The #1 cause of death of women at work is murder.
You would think it would be falling down the stairs or something.
Help, I'm falling and I can't get out.
Maybe not being able to use a stapler or something, actually poking yourself. Because y'all belong in the kitchen. I'm joking. I am playing. I am joking. I'm not trying to get canceled. It was a joke. Khalil, you gotta stop with the dark humor. No more dark humor. Let's look up why most women die at work. It says violence is the leading cause of death for women who die in the workplace. So it turns out about a third of the women murdered at the workplace are killed by an intimate partner. Husbands, boyfriends, or exes. Most affairs happen in the workplace. I learned that in school. Rest in peace, man. That is sad. And people are freaking crazy. Affairs, fighting, or anything is no excuse to take a person's life. Ever.
Kelly Rowland was switched at birth. That's right, Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child.
What?
Around the time of their second studio album, The Writing's on the Wall, Kelly's father accused her mother of infidelity, citing that throughout the years, he never really thought that Kelly particularly looked like him. So, Kelly's mother thought this was ridiculous. She's like, I've never cheated. So, let's get a genetic test done and see if you really are her father, thinking that this would be an easy way to prove him wrong. Surprise, surprise, the test came back negative, which confused the fuck out of her mother, and her mother's like, okay, wait, let me get my own test done, because this doesn't make any sense. Also not her biological mother. Weird. So now this goes beyond infidelity.
That's
Why
crazy.
is their daughter not actually their daughter? Basically, they go digging back and they find out some crazy stuff about what may have happened at the hospital, and that their biological daughter is somewhere out there with other people. Like for part 2.
What do you do?
So now that Kelly Rowland's parents know that they're not her biological parents, they want to figure out where is their biological daughter. Whose daughter is Kelly, actually. And they go back in the hospital records and they find out there are actually 2 black female babies born the same day as Kelly Rowland in that same hospital. They go by the names of Annabelle Flint and Tiffany Jones. So they first reach out to the Jones family, and when the Jones family hears this story, they're in full denial. They don't want to hear any part of this. They don't want to take any tests. They don't care for it. They're like, we raised our daughter Tiffany. She's our daughter. Let it go. Fair enough. That is their daughter now. So they were not willing to go forward with any sort of testing. When they reach out to the Flint family, they were actually much more agreeable to the whole thing. They heard out the story. There's obviously a lot of shock, a lot of disbelief, but they were willing to get the test done. And it was true. The Flints were not their daughter's parents. However, after further testing was done, they weren't Kelly's parents either. Guess we gotta find out what happens in part 3. So Kelly Rowland isn't the biological daughter of the Rowlands. And she's not the biological daughter of the Flints. But further testing was done. And as it turns out, Annabelle Flint is the biological daughter of the Rowlands. So how is this possible? Well, there's only one way it can logically be possible. And that's that all 3 babies were mixed up that day in the hospital. We know Annabelle Flint is the biological daughter of the Rowlands. So Kelly Rowland must be the biological daughter of the Joneses. And Tiffany Jones must be the biological daughter of the Flints. There was a 3-way mix-up. They couldn't confirm this, of course, because the Joneses didn't want to be involved in any way. But it's the only way it could be possible. And as they're in the administrative offices of the hospital trying to map this out and figure out what's going on, because this will be a huge legal issue, a nurse, an older nurse, barges through the door in tears. I guess we'll have to find out why in part 4. So the older nurse barges through the door and she throws herself on the ground and she's hysterical. She's repeating the same things over and over again. She's saying, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. It was me. I should have checked. It was my fault. I'm so sorry. It's dawning on everyone in the room that, like, this has to be the nurse, right? She's carrying around all this guilt and she's finally admitting to her mistake all those years ago. Well, as they're trying to calm her down to get the full story out of her, she says something really interesting. She says, I knew he did something. I knew he did something. Who is he and what did he do? Well, to find that out, we have to go back to Kelly Rowland's actual birthday, February 11th, 1981, in this hospital's maternity ward. Nurse Harrison is exhausted. It's been a long day. It's going to be an even longer night, and they're severely understaffed. After checking up on some of the mothers, she goes up to the newborn nursery where a man in a large backpack is holding one of the babies. Who is he? Find out in part 5.
Oh my God!
Nurse Harrison makes her way to the newborn nursery, where the mysterious man in the large backpack is holding one of the babies. As she's approaching, she realizes who this man is. It's her ex-boyfriend, Donnie, and they had broken up the week prior. It was a pretty messy breakup, so now she was pretty worried. She rushes into the room and goes to take the baby from him, which he gives up without much of an issue, and she immediately asks him, what are you doing in here? Why are you here? How did you get in? In an eerie and calm way, he just smiles. He looks at her and he just says, I just wanted to see you. Before she could ask any more questions, he turns around and walks out. So now she's holding this baby in kind of disbelief, and she puts it down into the empty crib next to her labeled Kelly Rowland. And she's wondering, should I tell anyone? I don't think so. Nothing had happened. No one else had seen him. It was late. She decided she wanted to keep her job and kept it a secret all these years. And now we know that he is this man, Donnie, and apparently he had switched the babies in some weird form of revenge. Guess we'll figure it out next. Mystery Man Donnie goes to the newborn nursery February 21st, 1981, and switches up 3 babies to get back at his ex-girlfriend, Nurse Harrison. The story's a little far-fetched, but he's cited as being a pretty unhinged person, so it kind of makes sense. Now that the Flints and the Rowlands have this information, they know what they have to do next. They have to get the Jones family to cooperate, because the only way to conclude this for sure is to get testing done across all 3
Jones at
families.
gunpoint.
So they reach back out to the Joneses, who this time are a bit more willing to play ball now that there's a little bit more evidence and they had calmed down from the Rowlands initially reaching out in the beginning. Nurse Harrison tells the Joneses her story, and something creepy comes out. The mother of the Jones family, too, had dated Donnie years prior to the babies being born, but she also cites him as being really unhinged and remembers the breakup being just as messy as Nurse Harrison's. What Donnie had done that night was a form of double revenge.
Yo!
Terrifying and also horribly well planned by
Donnie!
him. So, they of course move forward with the testing. They need to confirm what had happened. Now we know for sure that Annabelle Flint was the biological daughter of the Rowlands. Now after this testing came out, turns out Tiffany Jones is the biological daughter of the Flints. So that's it. Kelly Rowland has to be the biological daughter of the Joneses, and mystery solved. As it turns out, she isn't.
What?
She's a 4th baby brought into the mix.
What
the real Jones baby is still missing.
What
Donnie brought another baby that night and took the Jones baby with him. From this, we don't have any true confirmation. They searched for Donnie. They hunted for Donnie. An investigation was opened. Donnie was never found. But what's even more mortifying is the mother of the Jones family came out and told everyone that she had seen Donnie years later in the mid-'80s when her daughter was around 5. She saw him at a local park where he too had a daughter that was 5 years old. Donnie had taken the Jones baby and raised her as his own.
Donnie!
And somehow brought a 4th baby there? What isn't explained is why were the Flints and the Rowlands even involved?
This is crazy.
Couldn't even just switched out the Jones baby and left? Well, we're not sure, because again, Donnie was never found. This is all still a theory, but people think maybe he just made a mistake. Maybe he was in a panic when he was caught by Nurse Harrison, or maybe Nurse Harrison is somehow involved, because this whole situation is very shady. Whatever it is, until Donnie is tracked down, this case is still open. And I hope you enjoyed the story of
Donnie! Donnie is a villain. Donnie is Thanos, bro. Donnie is an evil mastermind. That is horrible. That is that's enough. That's enough YouTube for me. I can't do it. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Comment down below what the freak you think of this whole story. And if you are having a baby, please, once you have your baby, have a blood test. Have a blood test. If you are a mother or if you're a father, have a blood test. Hospitals do not be caring sometimes. There's millions and millions of stories of babies being switched at birth. Me, I got a big head and big eyebrows like my mom. We look exactly alike. But if you're not looking so close to your parents, you might want to check that out. I'm just saying. Smash that like button. Comment below what the heck you thought of this video. Let me know if you want more reactions like this. And thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. Love you. Peace.